Hey guys, welcome back to Eversoul. In today's video, we have some new patch notes for the February 16th patch. First of all, I'm talking a bit quieter because it is midnight here and I'm trying not to wake everyone up. But let's get into it. There's not a hell of a lot in this one. It's more just introducing the new hero and putting some other little changes into the game. It's not a massive one, but we do have our first look at what's her name again? I really do suck at the name. It's Honglan. My pronunciation is absolutely disgusting, but we do have her coming into the game. So honestly, pretty sick design. I personally am definitely not summoning for her because I've only got about 14,000 diamonds saved. So, you know, I'm in that period where I'm trying to save up to go ahead and get my next one. I will do a recap of her once we get all her skills in the game with the final multipliers and stuff. You can always go look at Pride Wind if you want a sneak peek at some stuff, but yeah, basically I'm waiting till she's in the game so we know exactly what we've got before I go ahead and talk about her. So basically we got her being added. The Guardian, I think this is just flavor text. You can obtain Honglan through soul summoning methods, including normal summon, friendship summon, choice summon, and pickup summons and the soul memories. So that is going to be it. When we look at her abilities, honestly, it's not bad abilities. It'll depend on what they end up putting in for multipliers and all the additional stuff. But when we have a look at basic what she has, her ultimate freezes the whole battlefield, deals damage equal to all. They've really tried to chop this off, not to give too many definitive details when they put equal, but then, you know, nothing. But she deals damage to all enemies and decreases their mana, freezes and the enemy, dealing damage and stuns it. So I think this is really poorly worded. I believe what it's meant to say that is going to decrease their mana, which is one thing, and then if they're frozen, it stuns them, or it freezes and stuns them. So not too sure on that wording. It's a bit sketchy. But that is that one. Obviously, this is a first glance look at it. Throws a heavy rain of ice, inflicting damage to all enemies, decreasing their mana and freezing them. Honestly, the decreased mana is really solid disruption. It just depends if you can get her to use her main and ultimate before the enemies get towards theirs, and then you can really stall and buy some time in the first waves, because if she can generate mana really quickly, it could buy you some time on their first wave of it and maybe help you, but we'll have to wait and see how she actually plays in practice. Then we've got the first sub-skill. Sends out an ice dragon, dealing damage in a 1.5 meter wide straight line to the nearest enemy and inflicts freeze. So I think it's, when it says 1.5 meter wide straight line, I don't know if it hits only the first one or travels through them. To me, I would say when it specifies the wide in a straight line, it would go through, but might only be the first enemy it hits. Inflicting freeze. And once again, freeze is a dot in this game. Just keep that in mind. It's just a standard damage over time effect. Then we have the next sub-skill. Creates an ice pillar, deals damage in a 2.5 meter area around the nearest enemy. I like these ones that deal it around the enemy. The channeled ones in a narrow range, kind of like Vivian's main skill, I'm not as big of a fan of because I find they're really hard to line up and hit multiple enemies. But the ones that deal damage around a single enemy, normally all your melee enemies are grouped. It's a lot better for me. But if the targets are frozen, they get stunned. Pretty solid, because they're going to stay frozen a lot of the time, I'd say, from this, depending on the duration of her freezes, which I think is going to be a pretty decent duration. And then finally we have the passive. A freezing chill permeates through all enemies while Honglan is on the battlefield, reducing enemies' speed and evasion. That's always helpful. Speed and evasion down is always helpful. You know, there's nothing wrong with that passive. We'll have to see complete numbers and stuff like that once they deploy it into the game. Details of the skills, such as percentages and or duration, can be found in-game. Skill specs may change through future skill balance patches. Cool beans. Then we jump onto the next thing, her pickup banner. Her pickup banner is going to start on February 16th, which is about 2 days away for me right now. I'd say that's probably too much one at... I can't remember what time the maintenance is. Does it say it? Does it say what time? It doesn't give us the exact time. But it's Feb 16. So the maintenance normally happens straight after the daily change. So should be fine. And then as we move on past that event, Dimensional Labyrinth Double Rewards event will follow the schedule below. Pretty cool with that. Happy for the double labyrinth. I just got my 3rd copy of Adrienne, so I'm pretty happy with that. Now I need to get some more points to get my 4th copy and get it to legendary, so I'm pretty happy about this one. The labyrinth ticket will be sent to individuals who did not progress with the additional round of labyrinth in the previously announced labyrinth reset issue announced here. I didn't catch what this was. So let's have a quick look at this. We found an issue in the Dimensional Labyrinth has automatically reset for certain players on Feb 3. Okay, that was a while ago. So if you got boned by that, you get an additional run through. I guess that's what I'm not going to spend too long on that. But if you knew about this bug and you missed out on a round, I don't feel like I ever did miss out on a round. But if you did, you know, that's what they're sorting out there and giving you like a compensation for it. So that is going to be that one. I don't think there's too much else getting added on there. Then we go into the story. The love story ending rewards that was missing due to an error has been sent via in-game mailbox. That was, I think some people missed out on a summon or something like that for finishing the story and they didn't get the summon or something like that. Not too sure. Not a massive one. Not something to stress too much about. So that is going to be that. Town. Now there's a bunch of stuff in the town. I'm not a big town person. You know, you can go through and read every specific thing in here. There was one in here. Let me just quickly scan through that I thought people would be pleased about because I've seen it mentioned in the comments a fair bit. The same objects that have been duplicately placed will get put in the bag. Cool. Now you can place, yes, this one. I've seen a lot of people asking for this. Now it's coming into the game. Now you can place buildings on top of tiles. Kind of makes sense. If you're tiling out your whole thing, like let's just put buildings on it. So that was something that I seen. I don't pay too much attention to town stuff, you know, except for trying to maximize my resource gain and stuff like that. But I did see a lot of people in the comments mentioning they want to be able to place buildings on top of tiles. So that's a solid one. That's coming in. So if that's one of the things that you were looking at and hoping for, that is in there. The towns are currently visiting will also be changed to display the expedition list. Using auto select under the soul's rest will now place souls in the following order. Soul of lowest energy, then highest grade, then okay. That's just like its priority for placing them. I don't think that's anything crazy, but you know, it might optimize for the odd situation where you're really stacked up. Then we got miscellaneous Valentine's themed music will be added to the lobby background music. Revisions, the issue where the graphics settings was not being normally applied will be fixed. If you are currently experiencing lags in game, please readjust your graphics settings and try again for now. I'm experiencing lag, but it's the connecting issue. I don't think it's going to fix that. If they did fix the connecting issue, I would be the happiest man alive, but you know, we'll have to wait and see. Please note that the specs, dates, and details of the patch notes may change with the actual update, and if so, these updates will be announced in the future. So that's all we got. The big one, like I said, basically is that Honglan is coming and she's getting her banner. So let me know if you're keen to summon for her. I will do a video about her as soon as she drops into the game, taking a look at her skills and all that sort of stuff, and let you guys know my personal thoughts. But like I said, for me personally, I'm not summoning just because I don't have the summon saved up as free to play. But that is going to be it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.